Hi everybody, welcome to this week's live lounge. We are from the Students' Union, we are your student leaders, so I'll just do some quick intros, kind of like introduce you to what we do, what our remits are. So I'm Hannah, I am your Student Communities Officer. I look after all things student communities really, so sports and societies, international events, Feel Good Programme, which is our free sport provision, which I'll talk about a bit later. But anything that kind of helps you find your people really at university is what I do. So I'll hand over to Amelia.
Thank you. I'm Amelia. So I'm the Student Support and Development Officer, and I work really closely with the support services on campus, which is, for example, like student support, student wellbeing, and also the advice centre. And I also focus on things like finance, housing, and also academic support for students. And I'm now going to hand over to Amelia.
My name's Amelia, and I'm the Student Representation Officer here at the Students' Union. And my remit kind of involves academic policies and academic quality, so more of your university course-based things. And another part of that is our programme rep system.
Perfect, thank you. So we're basically just going to give you a rundown of all things SU, everything that we do, everything that you can get involved with. And we're going to end by telling you a bit about freshers, which is super exciting. So yeah, if you have any comments or you want to ask any questions, pop them in the comments box and we will be able to answer them, or someone from the team will be able to get back to you. So I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about sports and societies. So at Lincoln, we have three kind of types of sports and societies. We have academic societies. So academic societies will run alongside your studies. They are all completely student-led, and there will be kind of one per course. If there's not one for your course, that's absolutely something we can help you set up. They'll help you with things like study socials. It's a great way to meet people on your course that aren't necessarily in your year, kind of learn a bit more from them older members. And then societies are anything social. So we have a Pride Society, we've got a City Pub Society, cosplay, juggling, we've got loads. So there literally is something for everybody. And there are loads and loads of opportunities to get involved with societies and academic societies. They might have external speakers in, they might have networking events. It could be anything really. In Freshers Week, we will have a societies fair. So all of your committees from your academic societies and your societies will be kind of at the tables, which is what's being shown to you at the moment, ready to answer all your questions, talk to you about how much membership costs, how you can get involved, how to buy your membership. Really, you can just go and speak to a load and find out what suits you and find your people. And then we also have sports, which is our last type of sports and societies. So we have sports clubs. We have, I didn't mention, we've got over 130 in total sports societies and academic societies. That always kicks up at the start of the year when you guys come and start giving us your great ideas on what we can introduce. But sports clubs, we have around 40. They kind of range from anything like football, rugby, dance, cheer, to kind of your more niche sports. So like, for example, we do kinball, korfball. Our fencing is fabulous. And there is so much to get involved with the sports. So like societies, all sports completely student run, and we have a sports fair during Freshers Week. So you'll be able to go speak to all the committees, speak to the members, find out kind of what they get up to. Some sports clubs compete, some sports clubs don't, but we have something called BUCS, which is British Universities and Colleges Sport. You will hear this all the time. It takes over a Wednesday afternoon. So every Wednesday afternoon at university, all of our sports will go off and they'll either go to other places in the East Midlands to compete, or other universities will come to us. And it's just like a massive sports fixture day. And we end that with Quack in the evening, which we'll be able to talk to you a little bit more about later, but that's our student club night. There is so much to get involved with the sports. If you're not necessarily into that competitive every single week side, we also have Cathedral Cup, which happens once a year, and Varsity, which is the biggest sporting event that you'll have at your time at university. So Varsity happens once a year. It's against Hull, and we could do here or Hull. It alternates every year. Last year it was at Hull, so this year it is at Lincoln Varsity. It's a home Varsity. And yeah, it's just an amazing day. So all of the sports go head to head. There's over 100 teams that we take. 1,200 students last year went to Varsity. And it's just an amazing day. It's just a great time to go and get involved with. Even if you don't play, you can get a ticket and just go Home varsities always just have such a good vibe about them. And we have won 6 years in a row. Next year it will be 7 because no one is losing on my watch. But it's just a brilliant thing to get involved with. So if you have any questions about how to get involved with varsity, books, anything like that, ask your sports fair. If you love sport but competing is not necessarily your thing, that is absolutely okay. We have something called Feel Good Sports. So Feel Good Sports is our free sport provision. It is completely free. We provide it, and it's your chance to just turn up and play, have fun. And if you're not necessarily so sport minded, we do something called Thoughtful Thursdays. So them Thoughtful Thursdays will be more mindfulness activities. So things such as pottery painting. We have doggy de-stress sessions, which are a massive hit. We've got a lovely lady that brings in about 7 dogs, and they are absolutely brilliant. At Halloween, we do pumpkin carving, so there's just tons and tons and tons to get involved with when you come to university. So I'm going to have a quick look at the comments. So if you do have any questions, pop them in there. So do we have any swimming or water-based sports? We do. We have a swimming club. They don't compete in books, but they do compete in something called the British University Swimming League. So that is kind of the same vibe. Every weekend or on a Wednesday, I can't quite remember which, they will be able to answer that question for you at Sports Fair. They go and they compete. They're a brilliant club. They're very active. Perfect. So if you have any more questions, pop them in the comments. And I am going to hand over to Amelia to talk to you a little bit about the Advice Centre.
Amazing, thank you. So yeah, our Advice Centre is located right at the heart of campus, just opposite our library. And basically it offers free, independent and impartial advice across 3 main areas, which is finance, housing and academic advice. And all our advice is provided by trained advisors. And if you ever find yourself under any financial difficulty at university, the Advice Centre can also offer you things like care packages, food packages, and also access to our on-campus food bank. If you want to find out any more about how the Advice Centre can assist you at university, you can also check out the website at lincolnsu.com/advice, and that's just a really good way to kind of find out how the Advice Centre can help you while at university. But it's just a really great way to kind of get in-person and quick advice if you've got a query about anything. So I just really recommend going in there and talking it through, and hopefully they'll be able to sort it for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Do you want to just touch on accredited housing?
Oh yes, sorry. So we also have our housing accreditation scheme, which is essentially the SU stamp of approval on houses and landlords in the city. So basically, once they're accredited by us, they're essentially signing up to staying at that standard for the rest of the year. So you basically know that by signing up for an accredited house, they should keep to that standard for you. And it's just a good way to just feel safe and so at that about renting in the city, because obviously a lot of people prefer to stay in student halls, but it's just a nice way to know that the SU's got your back when you're renting in the city. You're not just out there on your own. So yeah, that's sort of main highlight about the housing accreditation.
Thank you so much. It's just worth noting as well, we have over 700 properties registered with accredited housing. So if you're looking for something, you don't quite know where you're going to live, and you just want to have the peace of mind that it's kind of got the SU stamp of approval, absolutely have a look at our accreditation scheme, which you can find on the website. It's lincolnsu.com. Perfect. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about kind of SU initiatives that we have, things that we get up to. I've just seen a comment about ways to get the most out of your first few weeks in Lincoln. This is a great way to jump straight in there. So I've talked to you a little bit about the Feel Good program. So that is a great way to get involved. It's a great way to go and meet new people that you wouldn't necessarily meet in your course or in your accommodation. We have the sports element, we have the mindfulness element, so that there is literally something for everybody. We also do one-off sessions. So like, for example, we've done some hybrid yoga, we've done some pottery painting, popped some accessible sports in, anything that you guys want to see, that's what we're here for. So you just reach out to us as your student leaders and we can get that implemented, we can get it in place. We also have a food bank. So if you ever, hopefully touch wood not, do find yourself in kind of any areas of hardship, we do have a food bank. That food bank is accessible to all students. You can literally just walk into the advice centre and say, please can I access the food bank? One of our advisors will just check in with you to kind of just do a little touch point, make sure that you're okay. But that food bank is such a brilliant resource, and it's there for absolutely anybody who needs it. As well as that, we do care packages. So kind of just like toiletries and things like that you might need. And then we have cultural events and celebrations. So our biggest one is Diwali. We also do Holi, we've done Iftar. We do loads of cultural events and celebrations. We are also extremely student-led on that. So if there is something that we don't do that you would like to see, we absolutely can make that happen. You just pop me a message on Instagram, pop the SU an email, and we can kind of get that together and work with you to make sure that we've got everything that students want to see. But our cultural celebrations they're such a lovely, lovely part of university. So for Holi, we have all the area outside the engine shed, which is kind of where all your freshers events are held, opposite the library. We have like all the powdered paint and everything. It's just so lovely. Yeah, so I'm going to hand over now to Amelia to do you a quick kind of rundown of our venues, because they're also a great way to go and meet people and find out where to get involved at university.
Thank you. We've got 3 main venues on campus. So first we've got the Engine Shed, which is Lincoln's largest live music venue. And that hosts events such as Quack, which is Lincoln's largest student night, and it's hosted every Wednesday. And I think tickets are only about £5 for that. And I can tell you as a student, I had a good time there. Definitely worth checking that out. They host a big range of events, from club nights, live comedians. They also have live music performances and also events such as the Christmas and spring markets. So yeah, definitely worth checking that out. And then we have Towers, which is our on-campus sports bar. And that's got amazing student deals on food and drink. But the student deals aren't just in Towers Bar, they're in all our SU venues. So that's just really great because you can get a good discount on things like burgers, drinks, like from alcoholic to non-alcoholic drinks, loaded fries, from a big range of items. So yeah, definitely worth checking that out. And also Towers displays a big range of sports. For example, we're showing the Olympics right now in there. And there's an exciting announcement to come about Towers because we've had some work done over the summer. So keep an eye on social media for that announcement that's coming out soon. And then finally, we've got the Swan, which is a pub. So it's kind of a cozy pub vibe in there. And they give out, they have a big shelving unit full of just free board games, which you can just grab one and play with your friends, stuff like that. And they also do coffee and cake for £5 in there. And they also host karaoke and quiz nights in there as well.
Well, thank you so much. I've just seen a comment as well about part-time work, and I think it is worth noting that all of our SU venues are also student-run. So we offer part-time jobs in our bars, in our venues for students, only for students that fit around your studies and are accessible around your studies. So they always go out on our website at the start of term, so keep a lookout for that. And it's also worth noting that every single pound that you spend in an SU venue is reinvested back into your student experience. So last year, we actually reinvested £1.7 million back into students through the use of our venues and through all of our initiatives that we do. And all of our venues have been ranked 5-star by Licensing Savvy, which is so exciting. Just basically means that we are as safe as you can get, and we actually didn't change any of our policies or procedures to get that. We were already ranked on what we were doing 5 stars, which is really exciting. I'm going to hand over to Amelia for freshers, but just before I do that, I've also seen a comment about sports and societies you can join. So if you go to lincolnsu.com, and I think it's /sports and societies, but it will be under services, and then there's an A to Z list. So there is literally every single sport or society or academic society that you can join, and the details for their social medias as well. So if you want to go and have a little look at what they all get up to, that's a really great resource to use.
Brilliant. So I've got lots of information to give you about Freshers. So your first question might be, what is Freshers Week? So Freshers Week is a designated week for settling into university, whether that be in accommodation, whether that be into Lincoln itself. And it's just a great chance to get to know the city and what's here and what opportunities we have. So this also aligns with the university's Welcome Week, which will be more course and school-based activities to take part in. Whereas the Freshers Week run by us will be a bit more social, and more about where you are and what that rest of that student experience is. So the types of activities and events that will be happening. So like Hannah mentioned earlier, we have Freshers Fair and Sports Fair and Societies Fair, and they're all free to attend. We also have the Feel Good Fair, which is a great opportunity to see what those kind of less alcohol social type things are. So that's like our free sports as well. And as of current, our main headliner is Badger, the DJ, but more exciting headliners are going to be announced soon, and they will all be released on A-level results day, which I believe is next week. So we're now going to show you a little preview of what to expect, including Quack, which Amelia's already mentioned, which is Lincoln's biggest student night here. I always forget how exciting it is seeing these little clips back. So yes, I've taken part in 3 Freshers Weeks myself, so I know how much fun they are, and they're really good to attend as many events as you possibly can, because it's just great opportunity to get to know people, and whether that be you're in student halls and you're getting to know each other that you live with, so you're deciding on going to events and stuff, or whether it's you meet a few people on your course and you decide to go out and hang out with them. It's a really great opportunity. So there are alcohol-free events as well, because I know that is something that you're considering. You don't want to be out getting drunk every night, or maybe you do. It's completely up to you. But some of those events will be held the week after as well. So we have Feel Good Week happening, and all of those activities are designed to make you feel good, basically. So that could be sports, that could be arts and crafts, that could be sitting outside, having an ice cream. We will have lots of things lined up for you. And yeah, as you can see here, these are some clips from Freshers Fair. Everyone's walking around with tote bags and lots of freebies, so keep an eye out for those. Yeah, loads of freebies. And we're really looking forward to getting you all involved. And you can get involved because tickets and wristbands are available on our website, which is lincolnsu.com/freshers24. And I'm pretty sure that will come up on your screen soon, so you don't need to remember that. But yeah, just visit lincolnsu.com. So I'm looking at the questions now. So in terms of accommodation, you will probably move in the week that just before it happens, or a few days before Freshers Week kicks off. That's how it usually happens, but it depends on which accommodation you're staying in. If it's university accommodation, I believe it is those few days before Freshers kicks off, so you'll be here for the whole week. I think that's everything from me.
Perfect. I've just seen a question about students' union number. So your students' union number will be the exact same as your student number that you will get upon enrolment from the university. So you will just log in with your normal university email, and you will be able to get on that way. It is really important, actually. I'm really glad that you brought that up, because I was going to forget that you have downloaded the SU app. It is literally just called Students' Union, and you will log into Lincoln. You'll scroll down into Lincoln, because that will get you in and out of our venues so easily. We just scan you, you can go straight in. We don't have to mess about getting you having it downloaded. But yeah, like Amelia was saying, I cannot describe enough the buzz that is Freshers Week. As a staff team, everyone's so excited for it, so you can imagine what the students are like. Freshers Fair, Sports Fair, Societies Fair, Feel Good Fair, the best things that you can go to find out more about kind of university life and Lincoln businesses. And the evening events, like Amelia said, such a great way to go out and make friends with people on your course, people that you live with. Yeah, so exciting. To get the best value for money, I would recommend buying a wristband. Wristbands can be found at lincolnsu.com. You can literally go on the website. It's been taken over by Freshers. And the full lineup is going to be out on the 15th of August, so you'll be able to look at that. But yeah, super exciting. Let me see if I can find any more questions that I can answer for you. Freshers group chats. So stay tuned on that one. The best way to keep up to date is by looking at social medias. So sometimes we have a freshers group chat. If you follow lincolnsu.com, there will be a group chat that you will be able to find, but you also have UniBuddy community, which you'll be able to find on the Lincoln website. And that's kind of a way to keep in touch with people before you get to university, kind of speak to people that might be on your course, get to know some people before you get here, so it doesn't feel as intimidating. But yeah, that's just a great way to kind of keep in touch with people. But if you have a look at our social medias, you'll be able to keep up with kind of everything freshers. But yeah, I am super excited for freshers, so I bet everyone else is too. If you have any more questions, keep popping them in the comment box, and we'll try and answer them for you. Do you guys want to just give your social medias out just in case? Because then people can get a bit more specialized. So like, for example, I'm saying if you want to start a society or anything like that, I am ULSU Communities.
Yeah, I'm ULSU Support.
And I'm ULSU Representation.
Perfect. So any questions, just throw them at us and we'll be able to kind of help you if you forget to comment. Just having a look. So there is a question on what to pack. So do you know what? I actually wouldn't recommend going crazy on your packing, because what you'll find is you're going to get to university and you're going to get in your flat and you're going to have 5 toasters, 6 kettles. I would really try and make contact with the people that you're going to be living with before you get here, so you can kind of plan in advance. Or if you're not able to do that, I'd recommend getting here. And do you know what? It's actually cheeky little spoiler, we do an IKEA trip, so you'll be able to kind of go with your friends. We've got loads of places really close to town. We've got places on Tritton Road, which is kind of like a retail park that you'll be able to go shopping, and that's just a nice way to go and get to know your housemates and your flatmates. I would recommend, particularly for international students, bringing something warm, because it can be chilly here in September. Hopefully we'll be blessed with warm weather, but I'd bring a warm coat, waterproof shoes, and just things that keep you warm. You'll want like a nice thick duvet, blanket, things like that. It depends how you plan arriving. If you're planning on loading up a car, I would bring your bedding, your kitchen utensils, everything kind of with you. If not, I plan to get here earlier on in the morning and then make sure that you've got everything all shopped for. I hope that kind of answers your question. If you have anything specific.
I think it's also worth just noting, if you do forget anything, beauty about Lincoln is because it's a campus based around a city. You were talking about like what Hannah was saying about shops and stuff. We're so close to so many shops, so don't worry if you have forgotten anything. So if you need anything in a pinch, like even if it's a freshers outfit for a theme night or something, there's so many different shops on our high street. So yeah, just don't worry about anything, because I definitely overpacked in my first year. So so just feel free to walk into town, because like Hannah was saying, it's just a really great way to get to know new friends as well. So kind of gives you an excuse to kind of get off campus in that first week.
Well, thank you so much. And there's also a comment about the value of buying a wristband as well. So wristbands are on sale at the moment. Early bird, I think, finished last week. However, the regular wristbands are out now. That wristband gives you access to every single official freshers event that we have going on campus. So things like your fares in the daytime are free. However, that wristband is going to give you access to literally every single night out. There is also a package where you can get your access to Quack for the rest of the year as well. And if you go on the website, it actually tells you exactly how much you're saving on that. So lincolnsu.com, it's completely taken over the front page. And that tells you how much you're saving on that. But that includes all of your entry for every single Wednesday night club night for the rest of the year. Which, if you are planning on joining a sports team or a society, is probably going to save you quite a lot of money. Kind of just gives you that peace of mind when you're getting towards the end of a term time. It means that you can still go out.
Yeah, I think I bought that wristband in my first year, and let me tell you, I use that every Wednesday. So it's definitely worth the money, because it ended up almost paying for itself because the amount of times we're going to quack. So when you work out the savings, it does actually work out really cost effective, and it's just great because you know you're going to get into that event because you know you've got a ticket. Because I think I was always worried that when I was coming to uni that I just didn't have the right tickets, because I knew that with that wristband I can get into all the events that my friends were going to. So it's definitely worth checking out the wristband if you haven't already.
Perfect. Thank you so much. If you do have any more comments, pop them in the group, pop them in the comments, or you can DM us on Instagram, like we said, and we will be able to get back to you to go through them. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to watch, and thank you, Amelia and Amelia, for kind of informing us all. Really excited to see you all in September at Freshers Fair and at all of our events. We're just going to finish off with an impact video, which is kind of like a little summary of everything that we've done over this year to kind of give you a bit of a better idea. But see you in September.